Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're playing chess, right, as usual. Let's get right into this game. And I feel like I know how to play the perfect English so far. I know how to... I know the main ideas of the English, and I feel like that's very important because in the beginning I was kind of going with it. But now I'm kind of more stable when it comes to playing this open. And my opponent takes a long time to respond, which is good because there is some potential flagging in the end, and he goes knight to c6. Here I feel like I might play my... I'm just going to fianchetto my bishop and then start pushing those pawns. I feel like that's the main idea of this opening. But I genuinely don't know, like... I might think that I know how to play this one, but... I might just play... oh fuck. I cannot speak, like, by the way, I woke up like 5 minutes ago, and I'm still asleep. That's why I barely speak. Um, yeah, I can just push those pawns. Also, I don't think I want those pawns to be doubled like that, so I might just develop my queen, like here. I actually don't mind this move because now I'm setting up this, trapping his bishop after he goes here and here. And if he trades, then I have a very nice pawn structure after I push here and maybe advance those pawns. This bishop is very strong. This bishop hasn't moved yet, but it will at some point. And compared to Black's position when 7 out of 8 of his pawns are still sitting on the 7th rank. And this bishop is kind of... well, it's useless. Okay, so he takes a very long time to respond to like very simple moves in a very simple situation, like you have to make space for your bishop to come back, because then it has a very nice vision on my king after I castle, because I kind of have to castle queenside, because... did I say queenside? Kingside. Because if I castle queenside, I am very weak over here. So it's kind of obvious that you want to save this bishop, and it's kind of obvious that it's going to get trapped if you don't. So let me play this move now. You have to trade. And now I have a potential battery pointed at this king. So now I'm thinking, let's push this pawn. Even though my king isn't quite castled yet, because after this exchange happens I am open. So let me develop my knight. And let me develop it like this, because then he cannot push this pawn, attacking my knight. And I have to castle as fast as possible. And then target this king. Like, what is my advantage in this position? I feel like that's a question that I should be asking myself. And it might be the fact that I control the pawn breaks. So let's castle. Okay, I'm back. So now he plays this, probably trying to set up a move like that. But I clearly see that this is a very strong square for me. So I can play this, preventing this pawn push, because then I will just simply push this pawn. And right now I feel like I want to play very quickly and try to potentially flag my opponent, because I have a positional advantage where I control what's happening and when it's happening, right? So in this position, I feel like I can take, but then I'm kind of doubling my pawns and letting my opponent counterplay over there. So if I take here and then he recaptures, I can take this pawn with a tempo and then maybe try to place for something like this. I don't mind this trade, and I shouldn't probably take this. But if I take and then he takes, he has this check that just wins everything back. So maybe I have to let him bring his queen back. Back, I mean out. And now the tables kind of have turned. This knight is pretty much useless. So I'm thinking let's develop this bishop and kind of set up something over there. This move is annoying but doesn't do as much. I can go here. No, I can't go here, that just hangs my queen. In one move. I am kind of getting flagged right now, so let's move my queen out of the way. This is weird, I feel like the position kind of equalized after I let him put his bishop over there on this square. So I should have seen that. Here I have to take with the knight. I don't mind trading everything, because then I have a bishop for a knight in an endgame like this, which seems okay, my pawns are fine. I feel like I can protect my bishop like this. Now this is a move. Kind of forcing out this exchange and creating potential counterplay over there. But then I let him jump here. So let me move my rook up. No, but then he just pushes and after I take. And then maybe I come back. I don't know, let's go here. I'm allowing this. So now he has to move this rook. Maybe here. Or maybe he just chops everything off. And then I can go for something like this. Okay, so he goes for the trade. I feel like this kind of looks good. But then it hangs a pawn because after you protect it, I go here. And after this knight move trying to save, trying to prevent me. No, but you're not preventing anything. I just go here now. And then I just take everything and I can always trade the rooks because there is always a back rank threat. Okay, so realistically, what my opponent does in this position, so he moves this rook out of the way. And now I simply take and threaten this. Oh, but if he takes, then I cannot recapture. But I can also push this pawn, forcing this trade. And then I'm threatening this, and you have to keep your rook here, because then I will just mate you. See, you cannot take, because then it will be mate on the next move. So now I can just go ahead and make a queen. And you just simply cannot do anything about it. This is a move. But now you're just a little bit too late. This, and then this. And I just take here. And then the position will look something like this. Or maybe here. And now, this is pretty straightforward. Your rook has to guard that. And I have a pawn advantage. I can even go here, trying to place my rook up one square. Like this. And if you attack me, I can go up. If this, then you lose. And if this, then I take this pawn. Pretty nice. And if you try to check me and corner me, I will have to go here to cut off this king. So there won't be any mates. Huh. I can go here. You cannot come any closer. And now I will just push my pawns. Not hang my rook in one move. And win this game. Yeah, so this is pretty straightforward from now. And I just push. What is this? I don't think this is terrible, because now I can use that black king as a shield. And what if I give him this check? Well, that wouldn't do anything. So let's go here, so I can block off this check. No, he will not take. And now I just push this pawn forward. If it is, then this. I also could have went here so I can cover this check. But it's winning either way. You cannot check me, you cannot take this rook. I will simply push this pawn. Maybe it's not that simple. I have to go here because now if he checks me, I can cover. Your rook is hanging and you cannot bring the king in time. This game really woke me up, to be honest. Okay, tricky. Because if I promote, but I can escape through here. This doesn't do anything. Now he kind of has to pray that I don't know my endgames. Yeah, so this is over. I shouldn't have played this. That is actually kind of annoying. Okay, now this is winning. Yup, I hope I calculated this correctly. No, I didn't, that would have been a draw. Kind of scary. Yeah, so this was a nice, clean game. And 45th episode of my daily chess grind, so I will see you tomorrow.